Alright, we're recording now too. Hello everybody, Scarlet Raven here. Today we are going to be playing some Magic the Gathering with Garmec.
Yes, we're going to be gathering the magic.
I'm going to be playing tabletop for once. Yay!
Because that's better, I guess.
Yes. And yes, this is 60 cards, and so is this. The sleeves are just making these way extra thick because I have something else.
No, they're actually exactly the same height. You're just hallucinating that there's any difference between them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so do you want to shuffle or do you just want to cut decks and begin since they're already pre-shuffled?
I guess we can shuffle a little more for good measure. Should we just spend the first 3 minutes shuffling like we did the last time we had our match?
Yeah, just shuffle for 3 minutes. I'm not going to speed up the video or anything either. I'm just going to leave it like that on YouTube.
We're not going to say anything either.
Yes, the entire match.
Like we're doing currently. I mean, we might be talking for right now, but that's going to be the last time for sure.
Just silence. So sad.
No, I'm kind of terrible at shuffling, honestly. I don't know. Well, I don't know if you know how to shuffle like the correct way technically, but it seems like your technique is a little more efficient than mine.
Well, I just do it this way because this is how I've seen people like shuffle trading card decks.
So I think that's also how Chrissy like shuffles her decks, but like when she does like the card readings and stuff.
Yeah. And then also it's easier with sleeves to do it this way when you just slide the cards between each other, like you're trying to do. It's easier with sleeves because the sleeves puff out in the middle and then they're like sealed in at the ends, so it's like super thin at the end. So they just slide right between each other. Very satisfying.
That sounds helpful.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way one more time, and
it's definitely the only thing that I know of that slides between other things.
Yes. Okay, I'll cut this deck. Oh yeah, I did the thing against Ripple where I just like took the top card and then put on the bottom when I cut their deck, and yeah, they're like, oh, that's pretty funny. I was like, yes.
Did they even know that cutting the decks was like a thing that you usually do?
I think so. I think they knew it from like Pokemon trading card games or something.
Yeah, I'm not really a trading guard game. Trading guard came. The trading guard came, everyone.
The trading card game. Yes. Beautiful.
He's finally here.
Okay, are you ready to draw 7 cards?
No. We just have to wait for 17 years, and then finally I'll be ready.
Alright, I have 7 cards. Remember, you can mulligan if you want, but then you have to put 1 card on the bottom of your deck after you draw your next 7.
No, I'm not going to mulligan no matter what my cards are. I could have the worst cards in existence, and I will still play them because I am goated.
Okay, I love this hand. Let's go.
Alright, I guess I'll keep this. Alright, and we have to decide who's going first somehow.
I will go first. No, okay, let's... Okay, odds or evens? I will use a bigger number, one that has bigger print on it so that they can see.
Alright, fine, I'll pick evens.
Okay. So odds,
so
I get to choose
first.
who goes first. And I choose for myself to go first. So you get to draw first.
That makes sense.
Yes. Okay, I will play... Oh, before I play this, I will play a land creature. Yes.
You just start chucking chess pieces at each other, and whoever gives up first is the one who goes second.
Yes. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this card.
Yeah, I feel like the sleeves are actually weirdly like fucking with the camera, kind of.
Yeah, they kind of do that. This is called Dryad Arbor. It is a land creature, so it costs nothing to place it. And since it's a creature, it doesn't count as playing my land for this turn. So I'm going to then play a forest for my land per turn. And I will tap that forest to get 1 mana of any color to play Haywire Might. Yes, look at this card. I cannot show the camera, but yes, it is a card that does stuff. Whenever Haywire Might dies, you gain 2 life. I can spend 1 forest to activate an effect where it sacrifices Haywire Might, and I exile target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. I'm not going to use that right now, plus I can't because this thing has summoning sickness, so I can't use it as mana. And I think I will just pass my turn. It's your turn.
Okay, so I will place down my land.
Look at this, turn 1, I have 3 cards, 2 creatures.
And then I'll play an artifact, Wayfarer's Bauble. Now it says right here, it has like a 2, which kind of looks like 2 colorless mana, maybe.
That is what it is.
Wait, does that mean it gives me that much, or it costs that much to do that?
It costs that much. So it's an artifact, so you place it down, it stays on the field forever until you pay and do whatever you need to use this effect.
So why does it say taps, but then it also says sacrifice the Wayfarer's Bauble?
Because you pay 2 to tap it and sacrifice it.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would I have to tap it if I'm sacrificing it? It would just go away.
Well, because you tap it before you sacrifice it, I guess. I don't know.
What does that accomplish? Okay, well, I can't use
question.
it now, so I guess that's my turn.
Yeah, like this one doesn't even say to tap it. It just says pay 1 and sacrifice it. So that's interesting. So it's my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, did you even draw?
Oh. No.
You were supposed to draw at the beginning of your turn since you're player 2.
Well, it wouldn't have made a difference, but that
Okay.
is...
Well, at least you have an extra card now. Okay, so I will untap on upkeep and draw a card. I almost dropped my card. That wouldn't have been great. Alright, I will do something. Hold on. Alright, I will play... No, I will not play that. I will play a forest, just another one, for my turn. Or for my land card per turn. And then I will tap this in 2 forests for 3 mana. And I will use those 3 to create this enchantment, which is Crawling Sensation. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. So this just stays here on this field for a while, until it gets destroyed by something, or if it gets destroyed by something. And I will then attack for 1 damage.
Okay. So I guess you should probably change it on the screen.
Okay. Oh, you can't just double tap to edit it? That's stupid. Why? Properties. I should probably just leave this thing open then. There we go. Alright.
I have taken 1 damage so far. Okay, so I untap my card and I draw. Okay, so I'll place down a mountain for my land. And then I will tap my manas to play my Mind Stone artifact. That's kind of cool.
So you have one colorless you can still use.
I'm not sure if that helps me at the moment though. So I think I'll also just end that there. This might be another one of those games where I don't really get to do a whole lot of things.
Okay, so it's my turn now. At the beginning of my upkeep, I will mill 2 cards. It says you may, so I could choose to. I don't have to, but I will. No! Asmodeus the Archfiend goes into my graveyard, I guess. That's the first mill. And then a swamp. Yay, a land card.
I get to summon Asmodeus.
No, I can summon stuff from my graveyard with other cards, so I mean, it's pretty helpful. This is a graveyard deck. It's based around cards in your graveyard. Whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. So this was before my upkeep. A 1/1. Doesn't say with flying and death touch though, so is that the right one? Oh, okay, this one. This is a different insect creature token. Why are there so many of them? Ooh, this one actually looks cooler. I want to play this one. Oh, this one's black and green though. It just says green, so I'm gonna play this one. There's so many different like insect token cards for some reason. Okay, and now I untap everything and then draw a card. So now I untap. Okay, draw. This card is back. Yes, has been regenerated. Don't play another forest. Yes, I have 3 forests, no black mana anywhere. It's insane. Okay. And then, using all 3 of my forests, I will summon Ursine Monstrosity. It's a creature, it's a bear mutant, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, mill a card and choose an opponent at random. Okay. Ursine Monstrosity attacks this player this combat if able. Okay, so at the beginning of combat on your turn, so every combat phase. Ursine Monstrosity attacks that player this combat if able. Until end of turn, Ursine Monstrosity gains indestructible and gets +1/+1 for each card type amongst cards in your graveyard. So I just summoned him. I will move to combat. Oh wait, do I want to do that though? I can just gain 2 life real quick and get rid of one of your artifacts. I don't think they're that threatening right now. So I'm just going to move to combat. I mill a card because of this. It says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, mill a card. So I mill a card. And then this can't attack this turn because of summoning sickness. So the rest of it doesn't matter. But then I will attack you for 3 damage using all 3 of my creatures.
Okay, well I still can't really block it, so I'm just taking 3 damage.
Alright, you're gonna take it all straight. No, I'm just not gonna finish that sentence. So that's 3 damage. Go down to 16. Alright. Your turn. I am a millipede. I am amazing. I mean, I guess technically I could have done that. It would have done 1 less damage, but I could have.
It's alright, so I'm playing another mountain. And now I'm going to tap my lands
Smack that on
to summon my overclocked Electromancer. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3 energy counters. I don't have any energy counters, so it doesn't matter. But if you do, put a 1/1 counter on the overclocked Electromancer. And then whenever it attacks, double its power until the end of the turn. So that could be helpful. Now wait, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
So it says whenever it attacks, double its power to the end of the turn. Does that mean for the attack its power is doubled, or does that just mean
At the beginning
after it finishes attacking, then you double its
beginning
power?
of combat on your turn, you may pay 3. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on overclocked Electromancer. Whenever overclocked Electromancer attacks, double its power until end of turn. So its power would turn to 4 until the end of your turn, so even after the combat phase. So in main phase 2 and the rest of the game, or the rest of the turn, it will still be 4/2.
So, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, so if I declare an attack, does it become 4/4 and then attack? So you, like, if you blocked with a 3/3, you would die?
No, it would just be a 4/2, because it only doubles
right.
its power.
But
yes, it would be 4/2.
So it attack as a 4/2 immediately.
Yeah. Well, does it have haste?
Well, okay, I can't even attack with it this turn. So I guess I can't do that right now.
And when it dies, combat damage. Wait. And when it deals combat damage to a creature, if that creature was dealt excess damage this turn, you get X. Whatever those things are called, energy counters. Yes, you get X energy counters where X is the excess damage. Okay. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3. Oh, you don't have 3 energy anyway, but okay. So is that all you do?
I suppose so, yeah.
Okay. So I will, at the beginning of my upkeep, I will mill 2 cards. Here's 1 land card. And here's not a land card. Oh, that's a sorcery. Okay. Whatever. So this is... So 1 land card, so I get a second insect. I only have 1 of the token cards though, so I'm just going to put a die counter on it. So I have 2 of these now. And now I will proceed with my turn. So I will upkeep and untap everything. And then I will draw for my turn. Does that work? Does. Okay. I will play this as my land for turn. And for Iridescent Bog. Oh, I actually do have another insect. I'm just gonna slap it on here then. Just didn't know I had it. Okay. So this doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. And I can tap 1 of any color mana. So I'll tap this one to get 1 swamp and 1 forest. So this pretty much just gave me a swamp. That's all it did. So I have a forest and a swamp now. So 1 swamp and 1 forest, and 1 more forest, which is 1 swamp and 2, to play this enchantment card. It has Hideaway 5. When this enchantment enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down. Put the rest onto the bottom in a random order. But it also has, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 3 cards. Then, if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. I'm going to look at the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm going to look at these. Exile 1 face down. These creatures aren't that great. And then onto the battlefield with a finality counter. Alright, I might use this one then, since it would make the most sense. Exile this face down. And the rest go into the bottom of my deck in a random order. Just, shuffle these around and put them on the bottom. I don't have to shuffle my deck because I didn't look through it. I just looked through the top 5 and put them on and put 4 of them on the bottom. So this card is exiled for now. And I still have 2 open mana I could use. Do I want to? Maybe not. What do your artifacts do, actually?
Well, one of them lets me sacrifice it to add a land.
To draw a card.
One of them just gives me a mana, or...
Search your library for a basic land card. Put that onto the battlefield, tap and shuffle. That doesn't seem that great. These artifacts don't seem very intimidating. Okay, so I guess I won't do that. With that mana. Oh, this only activates at the beginning of my upkeep, so even if I did have 20 right now, which I don't think I'm anywhere near that, actually. But even if I did, I couldn't use that effect right now. So I will... That's a 2/2. Oh, wait. So I move to combat. I mill another card. Because of this. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, or at the beginning of combat on your turn, mill a card. And then choose an opponent at random. And the card is interesting. And I have to attack you with this now because it no longer is summoning sickness. Which means I might attack with some other ones, but I am not sure if I want to. Actually, no, I'll just attack with this one. But it gains indestructible and gets +1/+1 for each card type among the cards in my graveyard. Let's see how many card types there are. There's a creature, a sorcery, a basic land, another sorcery, another basic land, and a legendary creature, which I will count as a legendary creature. So there's 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, I'll just count as a creature. That doesn't. Okay, so 3. So it turns to a 6/6 and it's indestructible. You could still block it and not take damage, but then you would lose your creature. And indestructible means spells can't even destroy them. This is just until end of turn, though. Once the turn is over, then it will no longer be indestructible or a 6/6.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna take more damage because I don't really want to lose my only creature. Okay.
Alright. So I will end my turn. It's your turn. Just trying to fix everything over here. Okay. So you untapped and drew? Or did you draw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's another one of those instances where I probably would have preferred to save this card for later, but I feel like there may be more pressing issues. So that one is back to being a 3/3 and it's non-destructible anymore because the turn ended. So I'll tap one of my mountains to play this one. So that gives me 3 energy counters, and then I can pay any amount of energy to deal that much to a permanent.
For 1 cost?
Yes, for 1.
Why?
Yes, for 1.
That's so broken. What if you had like 20 energy counters at some point during the game? You just do 20 damage for 1
yeah,
cost?
it would definitely be better if I had more, but so I'm going to use the 3 energy counters I get from this to destroy this creature.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
What if I just like bring it back next turn?
And then I'm going to use the remainder of my mana to sacrifice this card and play a tapped basic land. So, I guess I just have to look through my deck to find a basic land.
Yep.
I think it said a basic land.
Yeah, it said a basic land. Okay. Enters tapped.
Alright. And then, I think that's the only useful thing I can do. Well, I could attack with a 4/4, and you can't really block.
4/2.
Or 4/2, yeah.
And I can block with block 2 creatures at once, so.
Damn it, why is that, like, a thing? Like,
because
I feel like that always only ever works out against me rather than being in my favor, because it's not really that useful when I can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it then. That's all I can really do.
Okay. So it's my turn. Before I draw anything, at the beginning of my upkeep, I may mill 2 cards. I will take that action and mill 2. 1, a land card. 2, another land card. Oh my god, I'm gonna have so many 1/1 insects. Okay, so that's 2 more insects. So I would just take this away and put a 4 on it so that you can tell that that's what that is. Or that's how many I have. And I'm not done yet with my upkeep. Okay, this one also says at the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 3 cards. So I'm going to mill 3 more. 1. That is a sorcery, not a land. 2, creature. 3, an instant. So no more lands. So I don't get more insects. Then if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard, you may play the exiled card, the card I exiled earlier, without paying its mana cost. This happens every upkeep, so I can just keep going until I get 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm only at 12 right now, so I cannot use that, unfortunately, for me. But I will untap everything now and begin my turn after I untap these land cards. Okay. No, not close enough. Okay, and then I will draw. And that is a decent card. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I have to pay one of those to use that. 5. I have 5. And I have this. One, two, three. Ah, I just barely don't have enough. That sucks. Okay. So I guess I would just play this tapped because it enters tapped. Okay. Should have probably paid 1 swamp to discard and draw a card, but it's too late to do that because like apparently you can only do that from your hand somehow. I don't know. I didn't know that was a rule, but for cycling you can only do that from your hand. Alright, and so I don't have enough mana to pay for this, so I might just attack you with everything for no reason. Seems so useful.
Alright, well they're all 1/1s,
well, no,
right?
no, I was just kidding. I might not do that. If they're all 1/1s, yeah, that would not be great. I mean, you would take, what, 5 damage because you can only block 1. But that's only half of your health, and then you'll kill one of my creatures and I'll be wide open to take damage. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. Okay, I will I will attack with 4 insects, 1 haywire mite, and 1 1/1 land creature. Okay.
Alright, well
so
I guess
6 attackers.
I guess I'll block your 1/1 land creature to deprive you of one of your lands.
Okay. So you just block this. Okay, this goes into the graveyard.
Take 5 damage.
And you take 5. You're just taking it to the face.
Well, I can't really do anything other than that. That was the only thing I could have done.
Yeah. Alright. 5 to 20. And I end my turn. Yeah, that's your turn. Don't be scared of these 4 untapped lands. nap, nap.
Alright, so I'm going to tap 3 manas. I mean, I guess I'll tap this one, why not? Because I don't think I'm going to sacrifice it. Okay. To summon Skyclave Apparition. Once Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land token non-token permanent you don't control.
Non-token, so it has to be
with
this
mana
one.
4 or less. So I'll go ahead and exile this card.
Are you sure you don't want to exile one of these?
Says exile up to 1 target non-land non-token permanent you don't control.
Yeah, enchantments count as permanents. So you could get rid of one of my enchantments if you don't want to get rid of just a 1/1 creature. But it's up to you.
I don't really remember what the enchantments did, to be honest.
This one, at the beginning of my upkeep, I can mill 3 cards, and then if there are 20 or more in my graveyard, I can play the exiled card, the card I exiled earlier, without paying its mana cost. This one, at the beginning of my upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 green insect creature token.
I mean, I guess it could be helpful to try to stop you from getting more insects. The issue is that I don't know, like, you already have 5 1/1 creatures. Mm-hmm. So, like, even if I were to, well, actually, I guess I would still have this one to block, but, like, whether or not I stop you from getting more, it seems like you're probably going to kill me soon anyway, unless I can, like, summon some crazy thing. Then I guess reducing your number of creatures could be useful. Of course, actually do those. Oh, those do have 4 or less. I guess I'll exile the one that lets you summon insects. It seems like that one's been a little problematic for me.
Okay.
Well, that would be so it wouldn't go to the graveyard.
Oh, it gets exiled.
Just go away forever. Okay, and then I think that's the end of my turn. That's I don't think I'm gonna attack because I'm a little bit vulnerable.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even know if it matters because you'd still do 3 damage to me, which would almost kill me.
Alright, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
Before I draw, at the beginning of my upkeep, you may mill 3 cards. I'm going to take that action and mill 3. There's 1. Oh, I would have made another one. 2. I would have made 2 more. 3. I would have made 3 more 1/1 insects that turn.
Maybe that was a smart decision.
Plus, I could have got 2 more from this too. So I don't know. That would have been pretty insane. Okay, well, I'm done with that action. And then, if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. I'm talking about the one I put face down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Still not quite 20. Would you like to just, like, kill these and put them in here, please? Just kill all 4, and then I have 20 cards exactly in my graveyard. But okay, nope, that does not happen. So I will untap everything. Okay. Oh wait, this is a land card. This is an enchantment, so I'm gonna put this one over here. Okay, I'm tapping all of my creatures. Alright, and now that everything is untapped. Okay, that would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Still not enough because you killed my other creature. My land creature, so that kind of sucks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, not enough. Okay, well that kind of sucks.
I mean, you're probably still gonna win. You have a lot more health than me. But...
Alright, I guess I will... How much damage can I do? I can do 3. That will get rid of that probably. Which is fine, I guess. Okay, so I will tap all 5 creatures and come at you for 5 1/1s. Or with 5 1/1s.
Alright, I guess I'll block this one and one of the insects.
Alright, before I switch to damage, since you block this one, and it doesn't matter which one you block with which, I will tap 1 forest to use this effect. Sacrifice this card. Exile target artifact or non-creature enchantment. Or non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. So I could get rid of this if I wanted to. But I'm just going to get rid of this. Oh, exile. So this is actually out of the game. And then, yeah, so, because I was going to die anyway, so that's fine. And then this switches to 3 and you take 3 damage. Oh, I also heal 2 life when this thing dies. So, or gain 2 life. So I'm up to 22 and you are down to 2. Alright. And it is your turn. With 4 untapped mana. Yes.
Okay, so if I play my land for the turn.
Okay. My creatures are kind of, you know, dwindling away, but it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, I think I actually just have to, well, I mean, I can survive one more turn, but I think I might just have to concede the game. I don't really have, like, any play here. So yeah, I guess you just win.
Okay. Yay. Alright, good game. You're just not gonna shake my hand?
Shake your hand.
Oh, okay.
That was a gigantic waste of my time, but that's fine.
22 health to 0.
No, this happened like the last game I played too. I like didn't have like anything I could do really. You just kind of destroyed me. This deck is overpowered.
My deck is not overpowered. I don't know what you're talking about. I was about to use this one more time and it would be exactly 20 in my graveyard, and then I was gonna summon this for free. So that would have been pretty good. So yeah, yeah, conceding makes sense. Look at my graveyard. My graveyard always ends up being like super big in this deck because I just send everything to the graveyard all the time.
Just mill like a million cards every turn.
Yeah.
But I feel like that also, it makes it like really boring to play against because it's like, okay, I get to do like 2 things and now I get to like watch you like mill 1,000 cards and play pretend for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
You're just like, and I see nothing wrong with this.
Exactly. This is how the game was intended to be played. Now, this was the point of Magic the Gathering, was to make decks like this.
This was the vision that they had in mind.
Yes, Garfield had in mind. His name is something Garfield. I forgot what his name was, but yeah, interesting. Okay.
guess we're playing best 2 out of 3 because apparently that's what we always do.
Yes.
Should I just concede immediately so we can end the stream?
Don't forget that card, it's very helpful.
I guess so.
Yeah, we can play best of 3.
You know, the thought occurs to me because I remembered when you played against that one person from your Discord, you tried to like play a card and they reminded you that you couldn't for like some specific reason. So the thought occurs to me that you're probably doing shit like that all the time, and I just don't know the rules well enough to correct you.
No, it wasn't a card that I tried to play. It was effect on a card, which I brought up earlier in that game, which was cycling. Apparently, you can only use cycling to discard it from your hand, not from the field, even though it doesn't specify that on the card. And that's what they said, so I just was like, okay, I guess you can't cycle cards that way. But okay. I mean, I only have one card that cycles anyways in this deck. And that wouldn't have been useful anyways. But, yeah, they counterspelled me multiple times in the game, which kind of sucked. Like, no, stop counterspelling me. It's annoying. I'm just trying to play my spells and be good at Magic.
Okay, I guess I'll keep my hand.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I am looking at my hand. I'm thinking about my hand. I am one with my hand. Yes. I think I am one with my hand. If I wasn't, that would be very odd.
Do you have an infinite hand size?
Not as of right now. See this card, cycling. It says it costs 1 swamp to use it, and then I discard this card and draw a card. But apparently he said you can only use that effect from your hand, so you'd have to pay 1 swamp and then discard it from your hand, not from the field. So I tried using that, and it didn't work, so it wouldn't have made much of a difference anyways. It's still a land card. But, okay. It is whose turn?
Well, we have to decide who's going first.
Okay, odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay, you get to pick who goes first.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go first.
Alright, so I will draw first then.
So, I will play my land card.
Okay.
And then do nothing. What a great turn.
Very honest magic happening right now. Yes.
This game is amazing.
Yes. Very much so. Okay. I will play a land called Tree of Tales. It comes untapped, and I can tap it for 1 forest, which I don't know why they didn't just make a forest card. This is so stupid. It's literally just a forest card. It's just called something else, and it's not a basic land. Okay, and then I will tap it. Yes, I get to do something on turn 1 because I drew this card this turn, so I get to play it. To summon Gnarlwood Dryad. It is a Dryad horror creature. It has Death Touch, and it gets +2/+2 as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. I don't have any cards in my graveyard, so right now it's still just 1/1 as Summoning Sickness and no haste. So it is your turn.
Okay.
See, I'm also playing Honest Magic. This isn't anything crazy yet.
And I swear to God, if that ends up being the third game in a row where I just do nothing and you spend 5 minutes every turn, I'm gonna like quit this game forever.
This is what this deck was intended to do.
I'm gonna throw this deck in the trash, even though I spent $40 on it for you.
And is worth like over $100 if you sell the cards individually. So you can actually just buy these and then sell the cards individually and get your money back plus more, which is crazy.
Okay, I have my second land, and then I'm gonna play my Decoction module. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get an energy counter, and then I could spend 4 to tap it and return the target creature.
Or return a target creature, any target creature.
Target creature you control to its owner's hand.
So okay. That you control, okay, to its owner's hand. So you can return a target creature to your hand.
So I can only return my own creatures to my hand. But that sounds not that helpful.
No, it's actually really helpful. Because if you think about it, you can use that effect on anyone's turn, like an instant. So if I am about to kill one of your creatures, you can say, wait, before that happens, I pay 4, tap this, and now this creature goes back to my hand so it doesn't die. Or get exiled or whatever happens. So you can just keep putting it back in your hand.
I mean, I could also just keep unsummoning and resummoning the same creature to get more energy counters.
Oh, yeah, you can do that too. That's another strategy. Remember, you have to tap these since you use them to play that card.
Yeah. And then I think that's the end of that turn.
Okay. I will untap.
You got to do at least one thing, I guess.
Okay, after I untap, I draw. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Going to play a swamp as my land per turn. Going to also tap both of these for 2 of any color mana to summon this artifact card, Golgari Signet, which I can pay 1 and tap this for 1 swamp and 1 forest, and I no longer have any mana, so I'll just attack you for 1.
Okay, well, I'll take 1 damage because I don't have any creatures.
Or mana. That's untapped.
I'm starting to get a little bit of deja vu. So starting to seem like it might be exactly the same thing as what happened last game.
I basically have 3 land on turn 3, which is normal, I guess. It's your turn. Or turn 2, actually. Wait, yeah, this is turn 3 now. So I have 3 land on turn 2. See, this deck gives you so much, like, mana. Every turn is insane. Alright, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I will be back.
Okay, so I tapped 2 lands to summon this thing, the Aether God Miner, or the Aether Geode Miner, and then I get an energy counter because whenever a creature I control enters, or whatever. Wait, it's not even. Oh yeah, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, you get an energy counter. So I did that, and then I can't attack because it has summoning sickness. So that's the end of my turn.
whenever it attacks, you get 2 more energy counters. That's nice.
Yeah.
And then you can pay 2 to exile it. Then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Okay.
It seems like a little bit of a strange ability, but I guess I could keep using that to get more of my... Like, I exile, then return it to the battlefield, and then I get more energy counters.
You could also...
Actually, wait, that would be stupid, because then I'd be paying 2 to get 1. That wouldn't make any sense. I don't know what the purpose of that ability is.
The purpose of this ability is, like, pretty much the same thing as whatever that other card was, where, you can just return this, or you can just exile it yourself to return it to the battlefield. Like, after, if it's about to die, you can just sacrifice it yourself to bring it back, and then it doesn't die. But it costs 2 energy counters to do that.
I see. Okay, well, currently I have 1 energy counter. So.
Okay. And so it is my turn now?
Yeah.
Alright, I have 5 cards in hand.
Yeah, just summon a creature a little faster this time, Ellie.
Yeah. And it's a 3/1. It's pretty decent. Okay, untap. And draw. Ah. Ah, that's pretty helpful actually. That's good to know. Okay, not gonna use it right now, but because that would be kind of stupid. I guess I will play my land per turn, which enters tapped. Okay, and then I will pay 1 forest to tap this to get 1 swamp and 1 forest. So now I have 1 swamp, 1 forest, and another swamp. So 1 forest and 2 of any color to summon Formless Genesis. It's a kindred sorcery and a shapeshifter. Changeling. This card is every creature type. Okay, create an XX colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling and Death Touch, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. So right now I don't have anything in my graveyard, so this just goes to my graveyard after I make the shapeshifter, and it will be a 0/0 for now. So it is a 0/0. Very powerful. I know it's terrifying, but since it has Death Touch, it can kill you. So that's very helpful. Actually, wait, how does that work? There's no land cards. It has 0 toughness, but it doesn't die because it gets created. Anyway, it has summoning sickness, so I couldn't even attack with it if I wanted to. Attack you with the 0/0 creature. How do I add land to my graveyard? And I guess I could have cycled this one instead of playing it this turn. And then did that. That probably would have been helpful. Okay, whatever. There are only 1 card type in my graveyard, or 2. Technically, kindred sorcery. So I have a 1/1 Death Touch creature. And I think I will attack with my 1/1 creature.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll take another damage because I don't want to lose my only other my only creature.
Okay. And then I will end my turn.
Okay.
A 0/0 shapeshifter. So powerful, I know. You should be scared of it.
Well, I mean, I am a little concerned just because
well, it has
it's
death
liable
touch, yeah.
to get worse. Okay, so I play my lands. I'm going to tap all of my lands again and summon my Pearl Year Imperial Advisor. So as lifelink, enchantment spells you cast affinity for auras, and whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, you draw a card. I don't even know if I have any. I don't have any spells at the moment. Not that I should have told you that, I guess.
Lifelink enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Okay. I'm not sure how helpful that is in this deck, but it is a 3/4 for
it's a
3
thing
cost.
that I have.
And it has lifelink, which is helpful.
Oh, and I get another energy counter because a creature that I
so now you have 2
battlefield. And I think that's it for now. I don't know that I can do anything else that great. So yeah.
Okay. So it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I untap everything. And then I draw. It's 4 mana.
This is really a legendary creature.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that amazing.
I mean, it would be more helpful in a deck built for that creature specifically, but I pulled that from a pack. So it's not even made specifically for that deck. But it is a 3/4 with lifelink that only costs 3. So, I mean, that's pretty helpful. Lifelink works when you're blocking too. So if you block a creature, even if it dies, you gain 3 life.
Well, I can't really do that because this one has death. They both have death touch, so it wouldn't even be like an advisable thing to do.
Well, yeah, not right now, but I'm just saying if I have a stronger creature that doesn't have death touch or something. Okay. Alright. I think I will pay 1 to tap this for 1 swamp and 1 forest. Then I will tap this for another swamp. It's 1 swamp and 2, and 1 swamp and 3. And I will summon this. Carrion Grub. Carrion Grub is an insect that gets +X +0, where X is the greatest power among creatures in my graveyard. And when it enters, I mill 4 cards. Oh yeah, the mill comes out. Oh, a land card. So this goes up to 1/1. Another land. This goes up to 2/2. Okay, that's a creature. So this is a 6/5 now. An enchantment. That's 4, right? 2 lands, a creature, and this. Yeah. Okay. I was about to mill more cards, and I was like, oh wait, that's not how this works. Okay, so this is a 6/5, and this is a 2/2. So yes, I have a 2/2 creature now. It is a 2/2 shapeshifter with death touch. Okay. And how many card types do I have in my graveyard? I have an enchantment, a legendary creature, a land. Basic land doesn't count. It's still a land. So I'll count those as the same thing. But then I also have a sorcery. So I have a sorcery, an enchantment, a land, and a creature. That's 4. So this is now a 3/3 with death touch. Because it gets +2/+2 as long as there are 4 or more card types among the cards in my graveyard. I don't know where my counters went. But it's fine. I guess I will just put die counters on it. So this is a 3/3. And I will... Oh, this is 6/5. How do I do that? I guess I will put 6 and 5 beside each other. There we go. That's not 11, that's a 6 and a 5. Okay. And I guess I will... What is your defense right now? A 3 and a 1. Or a 4 and a 1, and but both mine have death touch. So, and then those two could trade, and that would just kill that, and then that would die. So I could trade off both of these for both of us. Don't know how much that helps me compared to you. Oh, especially since you can just block and then do that. Oh, but then my thing wouldn't die if that happened. Okay, I guess I would go for that. So I attack with both my Shapeshifter and my Gnarlwood Dryad for 5 damage.
Wait, you said I wouldn't die if I blocked, but why? Both of them have enough attack power to, like,
no, I was saying if you block, right, and then you pay 2 to do this and put it back onto the battlefield. Now, since it just got placed on the battlefield, during combat, you can't block after you already declared a blocker, or declared your blockers. But then it wouldn't kill this either. So if you did that, because then they wouldn't do damage to each other, since you would have just like warped it out of reality and put it back. But you also wouldn't take the 2 damage. So you could just keep these alive and keep this tapped if you did that, but you would have to pay your 2 energy counters. See, Magic can get kind of complicated. But that would be a weird thing to do if you wanted to do that. I mean, you could do that. But then you would still have to trade these to not take damage from my other one. So it's up to you what you want to do.
So wait, this Dryad, is the Dryad just like buffed right now, or is it like continuously?
No, it's 2/2 unless I like take cards from my graveyard and there's no longer 4 or more types in my graveyard. So as long as there are 4 or more types of cards in my graveyard, then it stays buffed. It stays a 2/2 forever.
But it's not going to get stronger.
Or a 3/3 forever. But yeah, it's not going to get stronger than that unless I put more buffs on it using cards from my hand somehow. But I also don't have any mana to do that.
Well, I'm just wondering if maybe it would be a better idea to block like the stronger card with both of them, so that. But then like the Shapeshifter could also get stronger. But it only has 5 toughness, so if I blocked with both of them, I should be able to trade the 2 cards for that one, and then I would take less damage that way than if I blocked the other 2.
What has 5 toughness?
This one does.
So. I'm not attacking with that one.
Oh,
I just placed it this turn. It has summoning sickness, so I'm only doing 5 damage. I'm attacking with these 2.
Okay. I guess in that case, maybe I'll just take the 5 damage. That's because that's not as much as I thought it would be.
Alright, so before I go to damage... I'm just kidding. No. I just keep doing even more stuff. No, okay, so you just take 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And now I end my turn, because I have no more mana.
Alright. More planes. That's very helpful.
It's a lot of white mana. And like no red mana.
And I guess I get another energy counter. Oh wait, no, I don't.
For what?
Alright, I guess I'll tap 3 of my mana to summon this artifact. Coalition Relic, so I can tap it to add a mana of any color.
Okay.
Or I can put a charge.
Colorless mana, right? Or is it just
no? It
mana
just
of
says
any
add
color?
1 mana of any color.
Okay, that's pretty helpful.
Or tap it to put a charge counter on Coalition Relic at the beginning of your remove all charge counters. Add 1 mana of any color for each charge counter removed this way. So I only have 1 white mana left.
And 1 of any color, because you can still tap that one.
I think unfortunately that also has to be the end of my turn.
You're not even gonna attack me.
Well, I can't even because you can block it. Yes, so it's not even a good idea. I just can't do anything like always.
Okay.
Raven, why do you keep giving me like the worst?
Why are you untapping on my turn?
Oh, because I want to. So I get to. Honestly, even if I don't have any instant cards, it wouldn't even help.
So, okay, so it's my turn. Don't have anything that happens before my upkeep, so I'm just gonna untap everything.
Raven, why do you keep giving me like the worst decks in all existence?
Your decks are good. I don't know what you're talking about.
You do that in the arena too. I lose all the time with my decks.
Well, that's a skill issue. Okay, it's a little different.
It can't possibly be a skill issue.
This deck is literally full of everything except commons. There's no common card in it whatsoever. They're all uncommon. Most of them are rare and mythic. It's literally like half the deck is like rare cards, and then there's mythic cards in there too, and then uncommon.
Raven, I've played my entire deck hand except for 3 cards.
Yeah.
For 2 games in a row, this has happened.
Lost on the draw,
you've gotten to do 10 times more things than me.
Okay, and then I draw. Because I didn't draw yet. I mean, that's...
You can't tell me this deck isn't just objectively better than mine.
I mean, well, I don't know.
Yeah. 2 Death Touch creatures, like, immediately. The fucking legendary creature that doesn't do anything.
How much mana do I have? 4. It's not that helpful. Wait, what do your artifacts do again? I might get rid of one of them.
One of them gives me energy counters every time a creature enters, and then the other one lets me have a mana of any color.
Okay, I'm gonna look through my graveyard real quick. Retrace. You may cast this from your graveyard by discarding a land in addition to paying its other costs. Do I have enough mana to do that even? I mean, I do actually. Wait, I could do this. And then I create another shapeshifter. And they would both be 3/3s with Death Touch. Is that better than what I have in my hand that I can do? I could just do this for no reason. No, yeah, I think this one's way better. Okay, so I'm gonna retrace this from my graveyard because that's what its effect does. Put any land card into my graveyard. So I sacrifice a land card. This goes up to a 3/3. And then I will pay the 1 to get 1 swamp and 1 forest. And tap another forest. So now I have 3 mana, which is enough to cast this from the graveyard, and I create another XX colorless shapeshifter. So now I have 2 of them. that are 3/3s with death touches. That's very amazing. So I technically have 3/3/3 creatures with death touch. Yes. The strongest creature in my graveyard is still 6. So that stays at 6/5. But now it is no longer has summoning sickness. So I will... Oh wait, actually only one of these can attack. Because the other one is has summoning sickness.
I feel like these aren't even like real cards. Someone just like invented them to be like unbalanced. Like someone's 5-year-old kid like came up with like, I want the card that like makes me win instantly, so I'm gonna have it do all these things.
No. Okay. Well, I had to sacrifice a land card for it. Look how much land I have. I have barely any land. Okay. And so I will attack you with 2 3/3 death touch creatures and a 6/5 creature. So in total that is 12 damage. Which would bring you to exactly 1 life if you don't block any of them.
Okay, I think I'll block the 6/5 creature with my 2 creatures.
Okay, you have 6 attack.
Versus 5 toughness.
I don't have any land cards untapped to summon any instants or anything, so... And how much toughness is it? 5?
5 in total, yeah.
Okay, it doesn't have trample, so you don't take 1 damage. But they both... Yeah, everything dies here. And then you take 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go down to 7. Okay, and it is your turn, and my turn. Well, you only know you love when you let it go. Oh, but now you feel like you... How many cards are in my hand? Just making sure I'm not over 7.
Okay, I guess I'll tap the Coalition Relic and 3 of my lands
Okay.
to summon the... Actually, wait, does that even make sense to do? Because I mean... Alright. Actually, yeah, I think if I do that, then I'm just gonna die. Well, actually, wait, no, I have 7. Oh, but there's...
Yeah, that's 9 damage altogether.
Okay, yeah, I actually think I just have to concede again, because the only card I can play that's, like, even remotely useful is, this, like, Filigree Racer here thing, but it's a vehicle, so I would have to have a creature summoned to even use it. I don't have any creatures I can summon, so I'm just gonna die no matter what next turn. So, yeah, I think that's just it.
Alright.
No, this is literally all I have in my hand. I only have a creature that I can't even summon because I didn't have the manas for.
Okay.
Really.
It's not great, yeah. Yeah, see, that time, it wasn't your deck, it was just the order your deck was in.
That happened twice in a row.
Yeah.
That can't happen twice in a row. That's statistically unlikely.
I mean, like, look, I only have 3 land cards down, and I still had all this stuff going on, so I mean,
Well,
I guess
yeah, and you still destroyed me.
So I don't know.
This game is unfair.
Yeah, kind of. It's pay to win mostly, but that's why most people play like online formats that ban cards and stuff.
I could have been playing Elden Ring instead of doing this. Getting my ass beat by overpowered setups in the Coliseum.
Yes. Instead of getting beat by overpowered decks in Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Very, very different things. I don't think this deck is even overpowered. Like, in Commander, this deck sucks. Everyone says don't buy this deck because it sucks. But then I guess in this game mode, or this, whatever format this is, it's just really good. Well, at least against your deck. I think if I went up against other Legacy decks, I would probably get destroyed somehow. Alright, I won games 1 and 2. Alright guys, and I think that's probably going to be it for this stream, because I have to leave soon to go visit family for the holidays. So that will be it for this one. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Raven out. Peace.